And if you want to catch all of the action on the court this season, to get tickets to both the FGCU men's and women's basketball teams, visit fgcuathletics.com. Well, this year would have marked the 100th birthday of Robert Rauschenberg. He left an imprint on the world that allows him to stand toe-to-toe with some of his contemporaries in 20th century art. WGCU's Tom Hall breaks down the legacy Rauschenberg left behind, both in the art world and in Southwest Florida.
Determining an artist's importance is normally problematic. Not for Jay Dellinger, especially when it comes to Bob Rauschenberg.
He was an artist in a way. Maybe people have heard or know more about Salvador Dali or an Andy Warhol in terms of name recognition, but Rauschenberg is one of those artists that really changed everything. I mean, his work was all about that, and he was constantly changing.
Rauschenberg pioneered using found objects in paintings and sculpture. He converted discarded items into lasting works of art. He pioneered silkscreen and transfer solvent printmaking. He changed the paradigm of the artist working alone in a studio by collaborating with scientists, composers like John Cage and dancers like Merce Cunningham, and entire countries during his Rauschenberg Overseas Cultural Interchange.
I think it will become evident in this year, which is his centenary, how important he is, how influential he is. Almost every serious museum around the world owns original works of art by Robert Rauschenberg.
For those who keep score by auction price, his 1964 silkscreen, Buffalo II, sold at Christie's in 2019 for $88.8 million. But that's an imperfect way to measure Rauschenberg's importance.
Leading art historians and art writers, have called him the giant of American art, not a giant, and equated him to sort of our Picasso. I would always argue that Rauschenberg is of that importance. He's the most important and influential artist of the second half of the 20th century.
He was important locally, too.
My hope is that we can allow those within our community to take and embrace and understand how deeply connected he was here. In the same way that we celebrate, Thomas Edison, or this idea that those folks wintered here, Bob Rauschenberg, the most important artist of the second half of the 20th century, lived in our community for more than 4 decades. This was his home.
Rauschenberg put Fort Myers on the world map, giving his name to the art gallery at Edison State College, now Florida Southwestern State. He went a step further, collaborating with local architect William Frizzell and the Smithsonian Institution to incorporate climate control and security features.
He felt so comfortable with it, he volunteered to make a solo exhibition in that inaugural season, and he made regular exhibitions throughout.
He debuted some of his most famous artworks at the Bob Rauschenberg Gallery, including the quarter-mile or 2 furlong piece. He collaborated locally as well.
And he would appear and he would bring his famous friends. So he brought Sharon Stone, he brought a number of other celebrity friends to help support that cause. There's an autism center locally that he supported regularly. He did lots of things behind the scenes, much less known, but writing checks, helping to support organizations that he believed in.
Thomas Edison once famously said, "There's only one Fort Myers and 90 million people will find this out." Rauschenberg said something similar.
He sort of famously said, Fort Myers is as small as your mind is, it can be just as large as the world is. It's all about thinking broadly and making work, engaging with the world in ways that can resonate far beyond the local.
For WGCU News, this is Tom Hall.
Thanks for watching. We've got more great content for you, from news to the arts to the environment. So be sure to like and subscribe to WGCU's YouTube channel and follow us on our social media platforms for the stories that matter to you.